Yo, what's good? It's none illa. You are now tuned in to another episode of Moment of Knowledge on the Mogul Mined podcast. I always laugh because I think of the context of what I want to say before it happens. And I'm like, yo, there's some good information. Maybe I should follow my own information. Nah, I'm playing with y'all. But realistically thinking, we are looking at entering a new year. I say this because 2022 is a crazy year. But I also feel like a lot of people haven't made that decision. You need to make the decision to be successful. Not enough reading books, not enough podcasts, not enough videos, not enough conversations matter until you make the decision. Making the decision to be successful means that you no longer accept mediocrity. You hold yourself accountable. You correct your mistakes as often as possible. You push the line. You push yourself past that point to you where you think you can go, and then you just do. You just execute. You just push. And I think enough of us don't make that call early on because we're just subconsciously telling ourselves that we're going to be successful. In a world where everyone wants to be successful but not many are, we never made the decision to be successful. And where it hurts is when reality sets in. When you're sitting back and you're going, you know what? I don't have any results. I don't have what I wanted. I'm not seeing what I wanted to need. I'm not accomplishing what I set forth. And then some people don't even have goals to measure their level of accomplishments. How can you know you accomplished something if you don't have a goal? If you don't know where you're going? If you're not driven? If you're not pushing, if you don't see the different boundaries and things that you set to make you great, you can't. There's nothing to focus and judge it on. That's the problem. But first you got to make the decision, right? How do you know you took 10 steps if you're not measuring your steps? If your goal is to do 100 steps, if your goal in football is 100 yards, if your goal in basketball is 23s, if your goal in your job is to do 7 assignments, 8 assignments, whatever the case, if you don't have a goal, there's nothing you're measuring it on, and you haven't made that decision to achieve it. Aiming blindly is just shooting. Hey, you took a shot. But what are you aiming at? There's nothing to measure your level of success if you don't even know what you're aiming for. And I think in a world full of distractions, things in your face, so many people just saying, hey, you can be successful. You can. But if you don't even know where you're headed towards and where you're going, it's just a blur. It's just a bunch of stuff you're doing to try to stay busy. And staying busy doesn't necessarily mean being productive. It's cool to say you're busy here and there. That's fine. But then what? It makes no sense to overly work yourself and you're not even measuring your results or a goal you're aiming towards. You're just doing busy work. And then it's always tomorrow. Okay. Well, you let me know when you choose today. I don't think anyone realizes the power of concrete goals. And I don't mean say anyone, I just mean it's not shined upon. Everyone who tells you success is possible, they usually have a goal. It doesn't matter if it's subscribers. It doesn't matter if it's a certain amount of events. It doesn't matter if it's a certain amount of minutes a day they put towards their energy towards. They have some kind of goal that they're accomplishing when they're telling you to accomplish yours. But you listen, you soak in, you process, but you don't do anything that actually moves you forward. And because of that, it really doesn't do anything for you. I was thinking today, I'm like, dang, this year is closing out. So I need to start locking in my calendar. I need to start figuring out where I'm at, what I'm doing, how it goes tomorrow. It's so key to actually make some stuff happen. And energy should definitely be spent towards that. If you're not giving it the time of day, then you're just acting out. I just recommend you finding out what you need to do and doing it, but committing to it, making the decision. If you're not making a decision, you are literally wasting your time, because the time is going to happen regardless. The hours are going to happen regardless. 24 hours is going to pass as it should. It's going to keep happening. The only thing that's going to be replaced is whether or not you are in that final run, that final jog, that final example of success. Because you have never set a mark for yourself. So you're going through the motions. Before you enter 2023, have a plan of execution. Have an idea. Have something you're striving for. Don't just run. Have something that matters. And don't beat yourself up for the stuff in the past. Start a new future now. Thank y'all for tuning in. @none_illa on all platforms. noneilla.com. I look forward to hearing from y'all soon. We out.